Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. So Capricorn, before I get started, I have a message for you. I guess it's for anyone that I do a video for today. So I was in the bathroom and I was shoving wax in my mouth. And in the mirror, I saw, obviously I have a shirt with a feather on it, although I don't know how much of it you can see. So there's the feather. So the shirt with a feather on it. And I distinctly heard a message. This feather is for anyone who's looking for a sign. So you know how often they say, like, if you find a feather, it's an indication that your spirit guides are around you, or some sort of ancestor, an ancestor is around you, looking after you, looking out for you, or is present. So that was the sign. I was just heard, like, that's the sign. So if any of you were wondering or looking for a sign, that's it apparently. So after all that, now Capricorn, Capricorns. I know some people in the comments, especially if they're new, like, I don't get that. Why are you calling? This is a long story. It's my son heard something wrong, incorrectly about your sign, and it was kind of a cute joke. And then it's very earthy Capricorn, so we kind of stuck with it. Anywho, my love, so we're going to do a reading for you. It's general. It may or may not resonate. If it does resonate and you're drawn to it, there is an extended. The link to that is at the top of the description within this video. So what I'm going to start with, nice at the bottom here, we're going to start with the Fountain Tarot. Hopefully you can see that with not too much glare. I've turned my phone around. If this is the first video you've seen from me in a week or so, and haven't seen me mention this, but I have turned my phone around so I cannot see the screen anymore. I can't see what you can see. I'm just recording to try to fine-tune my craft even more without being distracted about what I'm seeing in the monitor. So I do apologize if I hold something up and you can't see it 100%. So it's just helping me to get even more depth out of these readings. So we're going to start with the Fountain Tarot. I will clarify things with my teeny tiny Everyday Witches Tarot. So let's get started. I want to pull out one card. And this card is going to be the basis of, like, something going on what Spirit wants to talk to you about. And then we're going to build up from there. All right, Capricorn. Capricorn. All my hardworking Capricorns. The first card, dun, 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 is the King of Coins. It's all about you in this reading, apparently. That's funny. Well then, your shining coins shall fall upon you. Look at this. Sitting in some good earthy energy. I love his, like, he's sitting, almost looks like a garden, like these giant plants. And then there's this giant coin above his head shining down upon him. So I kind of feel like there's some wealth around the corner for you. That's an interesting message to be getting, especially lately. They've been really spiritually deep, but it's not to say that you're not getting some sort of monetary reward, perhaps for the spiritual work that you're doing in the world, because I do see this king. He's not sitting with a crown. He's actually, I don't even think he has a tie. He might have a jacket and a dress shirt. He's, you know, kind of semi-casual here, but, you know, he's still looking professional, he or she. And sitting in this vegetative environment. So, you know, kind of what you're working on or the things that you're doing is quite natural. You're not going against the grain of nature. And so, you know, the universe would like to reward you. All right, so what else do we have here? Then you have the Nine of Wands. It's been an uphill battle, perhaps. The Ten of Swords. Yeah, likely. The Hierophant. And I'm hearing one more. And the Queen of Cups. I want to pull something to go underneath each one of these. I'll show you the cards. I know a lot of you like to see. You got, with the Nine of Wands, you have the Nine of Coins. So as hard as anything has been for you to work on, what you've been working towards or what you're doing right now, you've earned your sovereignty. I would describe that as that. The Nine of Wands with the Nine of Coins sitting underneath it. You have earned this sovereignty. You have put in the hard work. You have climbed up this difficult staircase. And you know, this staircase is interesting because it doesn't look like it was actually there. This person is laying the pieces of this staircase down. So you've had to build something that feels an awful lot like from scratch and go up a mountain, go up a hill, surmount some obstacle, and there was no way to do it, and you found it. And then in doing that, you have already found some sort of reward with the 9 of coins. So it is a very independent accolades that we have here. But the King of Coins, this is not such a solitary individual, although it kind of looks like that. But the King of Coins has usually got something around him, like he's usually running a place. It could be the CEO, the boss. It could be the husband, the father, the wife, the mother, just displaying the masculine energy, like really going after what it is that you want. Interesting. So what do you have? The 10 of Swords. You have the 6 of Swords underneath that. So something has ended here. And maybe it's even the end. I really want to feel like it's the end of this uphill battle for you. Now that could be hard to take because listen up. I'm like, what? Why is it hard to take the end of the uphill battle? So the 10 of Swords indicates like something is over and you kind of feel it. You really feel it. So it feels a little bit like a habit because the ego can be completely centered around habit. And this uphill battle, there's 9 wands to get there, and you had to lay each one and keep your balance, doing what you were doing, getting to the top of whatever obstacle you most recently moved past, while laying down the next foundation for the next step and the next step and the next step. You're almost at the end here and really about to hit something good. So the 6 of Swords, it does feel like the universe. I like this card because it feels like the boat was just kind of sitting on the dock, the way, like for how it's projecting. And that, so there was like no force here, like not pushing this boat off the dock, just the tide or the waves coming in and kind of releasing it naturally. So it's sort of like a natural release away from struggle, perhaps, from a struggle to get somewhere. The Hierophant with the 5 of Wands. There might be something here that you want, that you feel a deeper calling. So this 9 of Wands with the 9 of Coins feels a lot like something that's very self-proclaimed. You've garnered this for yourself. You're the one that struggled through it. And you're the one that received the award. Well, maybe you received an award, I don't know. But received the rewards. And it created a sovereignty for yourself. But again, this is the main subject here, the King of Coins. There's something bigger here, something bigger outside of just yourself. And with the Hierophant and the 5 of Wands, see, the Hierophant to me quite a bit lately has been talking about your commitment to community, your commitment to things outside of you. But the 5 of Wands, so there's maybe someone like, oh, if you look at the way these are sitting on the table, the Hierophant is looking down in the box. And what's like inside the box is conflict. Sort of some sort of conflict resolution for you. I'm sorry you keep this, all the braces, I had an adjustment and I'm like slobbering. It just drives me crazy. I feel like really messy, nasty. I got so much wax. I got new metal and screws in my mouth and sorry. But there's definitely, like, you're looking down into some sort of conflict. And perhaps you have a higher perspective because you have struggled through something. So, what's the Queen of Cups? Oh my God. Whoa, guys, check this out. You have the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Coins. There is some sort of a partnership here. It doesn't feel like it's just a work one either. I mean, like, now you have the King and Queen of Coins sitting here, and it's so ideal because it's your energy. There's definitely mutual love here. If it's not mutual love between two people, it's some sort of love of something. Like, you're going to build something here, looking inside the box of conflict and resolving this. So maybe this is with a person even. It could be that as well. She already has the coin on the ground with her. This feels like two people, two energies that have already built something. That have already built something substantial. That have already received or created their stability, physical, financial. This is an awful lot like a financial reading. But there's something more beyond that here with the Queen of Cups. Sort of feels like it links these two with the Queen of Coins coming in underneath it. And the Two of Coins is at the bottom. The Magician, and then it's reversed. What is he holding up there? I've never seen this card. The coin, the cup, the wand over the sword, and infinity. So like the coin, okay, here, oh yeah, of course, because there's a Two of Coins. Okay, there's what's sitting underneath. I hope you can kind of see the details. The artwork is a little bit like whimsical. I always talk about the Magician, like you have everything at your fingertips, what you need to do to create something. The trick is, what element will you utilize at any given time in manifesting something here? I feel like this Magician is showing us, he's holding the coin. Above the coin is the cup. And then above the cup is the sword crossing the wand. So there's something here, there's some sort of foundation that needed to be created first. And you've done that. Like an investment into yourself a lot of times. I like to describe a manifestation step with the coin. Is investing in yourself somewhere, is building something and creating and giving yourself the opportunity to create something. Now, the next thing that sits above that is the cup, which is interesting because you have the Queen of Cups that feels like the linking energy with the King and Queen of Coins. And the Two of Coins is choices. But you know what it feels more like? Like bringing two coins together. I don't know if it's bringing like two ideas together, two businesses together, two family units together. You're building something real and practical. You have been. And some other energy outside of you has also been doing this. And that's the first step, and you've both completed it. Now the next step is Cups. So let's clarify. I also did my peroxide mouthwash rinse before I have. Oh my God, my mouth. Oh, I dream of the day when none of this is in my mouth anymore. Okay. I'm going to look at each one of these cards individually. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to take my time with this because this is such an interesting reading. And I love seeing how people do things. This is kind of like what that is. So I'm being a little bit nosy. The King of Coins. Well, okay. Is the King of Coins you? Or is it something outside of you? I'm asking here because the King of Coins has been observing something. And with the Page of Swords, or is it the Page of the... Oh no, it's the Ace of Swords and the Ten of Wands. So that changes it a bit. This Ace of Wands, or Ace of Swords, seems so tiny to me. I always want to call it like a page because it is like a little kid holding up a sword. So I don't want to discount that because the first message that's coming in is the visual of observing someone carrying a burden. So there's that. There's also, with it being the Ace of Swords, there's some sort of brand new understanding about a burden. And maybe that's for you. Maybe there's something that you've been carrying that you wanted to try to let go of here, and you haven't had the solution to do it, but now you do. And this energy is projecting you towards, like collaborating energies. But this collaboration of energies feels, it's at least based on the heart space. Nine of Wands into the Nine of Coins. I love that. Oh, you've made some sacrifices here. You have the Four of Cups with the Six of Wands. It's sort of like this showing up here, seeing that someone's, you know, really busy climbing something difficult and producing sovereignty for themselves, is that you've missed out on some sort of opportunities. And they could have been emotional. They could have been friendships. They could have been romantic connections. There's been some sort of like a sacrifice here. But at the end of the day, you came out on the right side. You came out with victory. And that's obvious going to the Nine of Wands and to the Nine of Coins. But you have made some sort of a sacrifice here. In doing that, perhaps sacrificing, well, to Capricorn tends to be the workers of the zodiac. So probably compromising a bit of your personal life, your more personal life, in terms of your emotional personal life. And again, it feels like it could be like maybe going out with friends. Maybe there's been opportunities with people that you would have liked to have pursued, but no. So now, and this takes us to the Ten of Swords with the Six of Swords. Taking your mental headspace into a new direction. Ten of Swords with the Six of Swords. It's like a beginner mind in something very different. The Page of Pentacles. You've kind of reached, well, you really have. You've reached as far as you can go in terms of something that you've worked on here with this Nine of Wands and Nine of Coins or Pentacles. You've taken it as far as you can on your own, with your own energy. You can't go any higher than this with the Nine of Coins. But this is sort of indicate, like, again, it feels like, well, that struggle is over. That Nine of Wands is ending here with this Ten of Swords and the Six of Swords. So it's beginner mind. It's to look at something that maybe you created on the back of struggle. You created something through struggle. You created something perhaps through necessity to survive even. I'm just thinking about like someone who maybe hours were cut at work, or you lost your job completely. You know, it's almost like, oh, that produces a necessity where you have to do something now. So maybe you had this small little business idea, thought I'm going to do this, or you had a hobby and thought, you know, people might like to buy this, a craft or art, whatever it could be. So you could have been working on that. Like, it's almost like something in your environment happened to make you have to struggle for this. And you stepped up and you struggled for it and you hit the top here. I mean, the top is the Ten of Pentacles, but you really don't hit that on your own because there's a whole bunch of people involved with that energy. So you've gone as far as you can with this being a struggle. So I don't know if for some of you, if that sort of scenario was correct. And then the big thing here is, you know what? This is growing, but I need to invest more of my own time in doing it. This needs to be my career, or this needs to be where I really invest myself. So instead of spending 8-10 hours a week doing that and 40, 50, 60 hours a week doing a job, that's it. I'm going to put everything I have into this because it's growing. And if I give it more time and more attention, it's going to keep growing. It's just eliminating the initial way that this started. Because now you're going into it with a beginner mind. You're not intended to take the struggle with it anymore. That's really interesting. So you're not intended to grow this anymore with the struggle. I think you're supposed to continue growing something here, but in a completely different way. And let Spirit guide you with the Six of Swords. Let the I don't know, right? The feather. That's so interesting. Okay, now looking into the box, seeing the struggle, like looking down inside this box and seeing these people struggling too. I'm just going to kind of go again on that same scenario. Like maybe there's something that you started doing as a hobby and it's kind of taken off. Maybe you have like a little Etsy shop, or I don't know, or just selling locally to people. And it could even be an idea. It could even be like coaching. I kind of get that a bit too, like life coaching here, because you've struggled through something. You've created some sort of success. Now take that. You're not struggling with it anymore. Apply it in a new way and help others with the struggle. That's the higher calling for you here with the Hierophant. is now to show others how to struggle beyond what you already did. The Hierophant and the Five of Wands. Oh my God, the Five of Swords. So there's definitely some sort of conflict here that you can see. Your higher calling here is seeing this struggle, is seeing these conflicts. And I think, well, this is also like, just to me, like with the Queen of Cups, a conflict resolution in the biggest way. And that almost sets you up for this new energy of the King of Coins with the Queen of Coins. Let's see what the cards tell us. The Queen of Cups with the Queen of Coins. The Queen of Cups with the Queen of Coins. So we have the Seven of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. I forgot to do all my stretches this morning when I did my exercise. It's definitely time to assess something. Assess healing too. This can really have something to do with a very, very healing. It's healing. It's healing, resting. Is it healing or resting for yourself though? Because it's cure, or is it for others outside of you? I mean, it might be a little bit of both. If you engage in something here that really comes from your higher self, and you really do provide some sort of conflict resolution for others based on what you have worked through, and you offer that wholly and openly, that can be healing for you. Obviously also healing for others. And this is a new assessment here with the Seven of Pentacles. Really changing the direction. Is anything coming in after the Four of Swords? It could be healing connection too. Reassessing to heal a connection. The Ten of Swords. It's related to the struggle. It's related to the end of the struggle. To have that come out again as a repeat. So it's telling me, yeah, it is healing for you, but it is also healing for others to help others with some sort of a struggle here, Capricorn. And maybe that's something that you do for work. And conflict resolution can be many different things. Maybe you need to help people find a house, or maybe you are sort of like a headhunter and help people find the right job placement for them. I don't know what, I mean, this could show up in so many different ways, but you are coming out on the other side here of this reading as the one that resolves the conflicts for others based on what you have learned the hard way. I don't know, maybe it's even writing a book, like a self-starter book or a self-help book. The Knight of Wands and the Nine of Wands. Look at it. Look at it. It is. It's like you going forward here, knowing exactly how to go towards something, how to conquer a dragon, and how to even rescue other people from this feeling of defeat and exhaustion. That's what I got for you. It's really, you know, I want to say, I'm not getting anything like anything obvious between these two cards. So it could simply be as well. It could be your masculine and feminine, your yin and yang in this pentacle aspect. So there could be points where you take direct action to create new truths and release burdens here, release obstacles, release your fair share of something. And then at other points with the Queen of Coins, it's more about being receptive. See what comes towards you. Because you'll also be asked to take action when it feels like action is the time to do it, but also to be receptive and step back and see what is showing up in your field and what seems to want to come towards you. But let me see if there's anything specific between these two. I'd be a bad tarot reader if I didn't ask for those interested in real life. Oh, it's the Three of Swords. This is really a funny one. There's definitely could be some sort of heartbreak between you and someone else here. With the Queen of Cups, it feels like a healing. The Queen of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords. This is taking a new path based on mutual love and feelings and expression. It's healing a painful ending. And again, you could take that just as your own energy, or it's someone outside of you. Oh, well, there we go. There's a strong confirmation. Now we have the Lovers at the bottom. So, interesting reading, Capricorn. Good for you. Whatever you guys have been working on, it's coming through. If you're still at this Nine of Wands point here and you feel like you've been making a lot of self-sacrifices to climb this difficult pyramid or mountain, you're doing it great. You're going to come out good here. Not just good. All right, thank you so much, Capricorn. I'm going to go do the extended. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.